crafting, and I want to welcome you to the Magnolia Design Company's 12 Days of Christmas Deals. Every day they're going to have a deal. Today is buy one DIY kit and get the second one free, which, guys, that is an awesome way to pick up some of the DIY kits because they're complete kits. You can do a project so easy. They sent me this cute little sign here with 2 stencils. And here is the stencils. Family celebrations and all the months, and you got family birthdays. What a way to make a couple of cute kits for your family. I ordered 2 more because this one will go for Ashley. And if I buy one, get one 50% off, I'll have one for Haley and one for Lauren. And this won't take me no time to get them and get, I tell you what, this is gonna be for Haley because I gotta mail it to Maine, now that I'm thinking about it. This one will be for Haley, and the other 2 live here close to me, so I can make these for Ashley and Lauren. That way they will have something like this for Christmas. Now, this comes to you shrink wrapped. And these boards are paintable. And because I know this is for Haley, I'm gonna paint it probably sandstone color to go with her navy blue walls that she has. These are paintable boards, and I have my Magnolia covered in plastic, that way I don't mess it up, my little board here. These kits are the cutest kits you'll ever see. I'm going to pour me some sandstone, and this is a sandstone. It's just a little tan color Waverly chalk paint. I'm going to let some of that hang out there. And it does come with the chalk paste and a squeegee. And it also comes with these little wooden cutouts. They're hearts, they're circles. And it also has the little rings here that you can use to hang down from the little holes here on the bottom. It's a neat home decoration. Make sure I get in the middle here. Let me get some paint out here. And we're going to paint this as sandstone color. You can paint yours any color you want, or you can just leave it white. It doesn't matter. You can go ahead and stencil on this. I'm going to just paint my board, just a little bit of color to it. The black will look good with it. And it won't take very long to paint this out for you guys. I'll just paint the front of it today because I'll come back later and paint the back of it out. My building's just a little bit on the cool side this morning, and I just really didn't feel like being cold. Every day, check the Magnolia website. There will be so many deals. Every day there's going to be one for the first 12 days. Today is day 3. I can't wait to see what else they offer. But if you will check my page out, every day I'll put on what they're going to have. Let's get this painted up real quick. I don't know why I'm trying to be so careful on my board here because I can wipe it down. That's one good thing I learned from watching all of the Magnolia girls do their Win It Wednesdays. They keep the plastic on their little board here. And that way you don't have to worry about messing up your nice and pretty mat. Let me get that hair off. I think that was probably the same hair. I was just moving back and forth. They do have a really good dryer on their website. I would check out their dryer. Mine is hid over in my shop. I'm going to have to go dig it out because I really looked for it today. So you want to make sure you keep a good dryer. They have a good pair of scissors, which I have here. Magnolia makes a really good pair of scissors to cut these stencils apart. Let me get a paper towel here. I think these are such a cute idea to give. I would love to have one of these. I may have to order another one as my 50% off. You can order any of the kits and get one 50% off. It doesn't have to be the same kit. Okay, let me get my paint on here and smooth it out. I don't want to have any brush marks on here. Let me hold it up real quick and look. I'm going to go ahead and touch up my edges here. That way I don't have to worry about messing up my sign. I'm just going to take what's on my brush and go down on my edges. This paints up really, really good. Let me get just a little bit of paint here. Get my edges painted up on this sign. Fix my brush marks there. I can't wait to use this stencil. I tell you what, I told them just to pick me one out, and they picked out a good one for me. Because I wasn't being picky, because I like all of the cutouts, their DIY kits. There we go. We got one more end down here. It looks like I didn't come all the way down to the end of my board here. I see some white paint. Let's go ahead and touch that up just a little bit more. I know it's got to be a hair right there. There we go. That's the only thing I have about chippy brushes. They can just be really aggravating. I think I'm going to let this be the back of my board. She lives in Maine. And she has like a dark blue wall. So I'm going to use this Waverly chalk paint called Sandstone. It's just a little bit of color. It's not white because I know she wouldn't want white. And these boards are paintable. We're going to go ahead and paint the front of this board. Thought I had a hair there. I don't have a hair. Okay, let's go ahead and paint our board here. I've already painted my edges for the most part. I'll touch them up as I'm going along here. And I'm choosing a softer brush than I used on the other side because it kept leaving me streaked lines. Let me pour a little bit more paint here. This is a really pretty color of just almost not really a beige. It has a little more of a color tone in it that's not yellow, but it is a really pretty color if you're wanting something that's just a soft tan color. I'm just going up as I'm doing it, making sure my edges are good. Whoops. I don't want to put a big glob in my little holes there because that just makes a mess of things. They do give you the little hangers to put in. And this is just a quick way to make a cute little gift for somebody. Or keep it for yourself. And pick out another kit to go along with it. They have several different kits on there. They have some that are pillows, signs, banners. There's so many different kits that you could choose from. I'm just showing you one of the ones they have. I told them just to pick me out a kit and send it to me because I would have been happy with any of the kits to show you guys. Okay, just keep painting here. We're going to paint it. We're going to dry it up real quick. But my page is called Brown Eyed Girls Crafting. I'd love to have you all come join me. Now let me just look at this real quick and see if I've got any spots. Because sometimes, you know, you paint so quick you miss a spot here and there. Now let's just check our edges, because I saw a little bit up here I need to touch up. I'm going to take a little bit of paste wax and put on my board. Just a little bit. Here we go. And now we're going to take our stencil and let's open it at the bottom. That way we can close it back up and keep it. This one's called Family Celebrations 18 by 18. And I said I was going to do the birthday one, family birthdays. And let's go ahead and cut it right here on this little dividing line. Let's set that up there. And we have our surface here. And this surface is 18 inches wide, and I believe it's, or long, and I believe it's 8 inches wide. Yeah, 8 inches wide. So let's get our little fuzzing mat here. And let's take off our stencil. And it's very, very sticky when you first get it. And I did something that I shouldn't do, is fold it on itself. You can very gently pull them apart, but you have to be really, really careful. Okay, let's go ahead and get some fuzz on it. That way it doesn't take the paint off of our board. That's how sticky these are. And I picked up some fuzz on my mat here. You can wash these mats. I need to throw this one in the wash. As long as it's not in your area that you're going to put your paste or your ink down, you're okay. I just want to make sure I don't have any lumps in mine. That one goes across. There we go. Now let's lay our transfer down, our stencil down. And I can see my holes right here, so I want to make sure I come up enough. And I think I'll make the bottom of my stencil even with my board. And we still got plenty of room at the top. Now I'm going to take my squeegee and I'm going to get all the air bubbles out. And there's plenty of paste in here. This one is the coal black. I'm going to just kind of push it down a little bit so I don't have a bunch squeezed out here at the top. And I'm going to take this piece of paper here and just squeeze a little bit out, because it's not going to take much at all. But first, let's make sure, and I see a piece of something, and when you got something underneath your stencil here, I mean, you can feel it. But like I said, as long as you don't have anything in your stencil area, you don't see anything crossed or feel anything in there, because sometimes it's not a matter of seeing it, you feel it. And sometimes you feel it and you don't see it. Make sure I get all of my air bubbles out. Now I'm just going to take some of my paste here. I'm going to do my bottom part first, so if I have to, any extra I can put on here. Let's take some more paste out. There we go. Now, even if it stains your stencil's fine as long as your screen is clean and you can see through it, even if it's a stained color, because sometimes black and red are the ones that will stain, or sometimes even a blue, the darker blues will stain. You have plenty of paste in here to use for a couple projects. I'll just close the end of this up with a piece of masking tape, or if you already have some Magnolia coal black paste, you can just squeeze it into that and you will be fine. Now I'm going to take off any excess that I have on here. See, I missed a little spot over there. Making sure I get all my lettering on here. My house is warm, so it's drying pretty fast on me. And that looks really, really good. Now I have a place right here where I had a little tiny piece of fuzz in it, and I'll let this dry, then I'll come back with a little, maybe like a toothpick, and you can take that off really, really easy. Let me get this paste off my hands so I don't get it all over. Let's turn this around real quick. Isn't that cute? Let's go ahead and dry this real quick. Let me get my paste out of the way, and let me get my stencil back on the carrier sheet. And I'll rinse that when we're done. That just looks really, really cute. I like the tan against the black. Or the black against the tan, I should say. Let's go ahead and dry this up so we don't smear it. We want it to be good and dry. Now let's move this up so we don't get paint on us. Let's bring out our little packet here. And I'm sure there's plenty of these in here if you have, even if you have a big family. Here's a felt pen. And here's all the little hearts and the little hardware. Let's move all the little hearts over here because I know I'm not going to use the hearts. And there's a hole on each one of them. So say like you have, like in our family, we have several people that have the birthday in November. What you would do is you would take the bigger hook right here, and you would need some little pliers. Let me see, wait, nope, these are the ones. Let me get my hand in there. These just come apart. Just the little ring comes apart. That's good. And then you want to take this, and you want to take the bigger one. Open it up wide enough so you can get it on. And then I'm going to close my loop. And it's going to hang in there. And I know we have 2 birthdays in January. The 4th is Ashley's. And the 24th is TJ's. So we have another little ring here. I'm going to take another one and hook it on. Then I'm going to hook it on the bottom here. And that way you can add down as many as you want that you have in that month. So what I'm going to do on mine, I'm going to just scoot these over. I'm going to take my little felt pen. And on mine, I'm going to use just a little tiny, well, there's 2 sides to it. Makes it nice. I'm going to put a 4 in that one, a 24 in that one with the big tip. And then with my small tip, I'm going to write Ashley. And on this one, I'm going to write TJ. And there you go. You just have a cute little reminder of when the birthdays are. You can look at each month, look down here on the edge, and you can see the name and you can see the date. Just like that. Let me hold that still. Just like that. So make sure you guys go get your DIY kit. Like I said, you can buy one and get one for 50% off. And what would be better than to have a couple of these hanging around that you can make some for your family. Thank you guys all for watching. I appreciate it. And thank you, Lisa and Crystal, for inviting me to do one of your DIY kits.